Mabuhay Kamusika, welcome, how are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Today is a special day. As you can see, I am celebrating in a little way. I've got some flowers here because today is our 3rd anniversary. I've got 12 roses. One of them here looks a little different, and this is kind of my tradition. I always give my wife, when I get her flowers, 11 red roses and 1 yellow rose, not because they ran out of red roses or something like that, but because roses are beautiful. But her favorite color is yellow, and so I get her a yellow one, and I tell her that, you know, her beauty stands out from all the rest of the beauty in the world. And so I can see all these beautiful red roses, but the one that stands out is her, and that would be for the yellow rose. You know, it just seems like yesterday when I did a video on our 2nd anniversary, and that reminds me that I deleted the channel a few months ago, and so if I might reference an older video that's not there anymore. But I remember doing that, and it just seems like those 2 years went by so fast, and this kind of caught up with me pretty quick, snuck up on me. I can't believe we've been married 3 years. I did fill out one of these little cards that goes with the flowers, and I don't mind sharing it with you. It says, "My love," I wrote this, "My love, I truly believe no man has it better. Thank you so much for the 3 happiest years of my life. Your beauty stands out from the rest. I love you, hubby." So when my wife gets home from work today, these flowers will be on the table, and you know, she can look at those. She always tells me don't buy her flowers because they're too expensive. She'd rather, you know, do something else, and she's probably right. These flowers just keep getting higher all the time. The shirt that I'm excuse me, the shirt that I'm wearing now is the shirt that I wore when I proposed to her in person in the Philippines on a very hot day, of course. And I remember having the picture of that, and it was just almost, you know, steamy in that picture because it's so hot and we were sweating so bad. At least I wasn't used to that heat. But now, all of a sudden, we're married for 3 years, and I just wanted to reminisce a little bit. And by the way, this is a pro-marriage, pro-Filipina channel about foreigners being married to Filipinas, just trying to use the experience that I've had in only those 3 years. But, you know, it's good, positive advice in a time when there's a lot of negativity about marriage, and there's a lot of negativity about Filipinas. I feel very highly about them. I had heard growing up that Filipinas make good wives. Then I knew a guy that told me that and married a Filipina, and 17 years later, they're friends of ours. We've had them over here to eat, and they had us out to eat with them at some Asian buffet. And so, small world, but, you know, he believed that Filipinos make great wives, and I do too. Our first year went by very quickly because we were trying to get to know each other a lot. We got married in less than 8 weeks. That's all. It took me 18 days to propose to her, and not very much later I, you know, gave her the ring when I met her in person, and we got married May 10th, 2015. And came back to the immigration process. I really don't remember much about that. It took her about 7 months to get here, and I think most of our arguments, most of our fights, you know, that's the thorny part of a rose. That took place early on in the first year. Certainly the first 2 years, I think we were figuring out, you know, the type of things that upset each of us. And hopefully, you know, going forward, we will be able to handle that better. And it's only inevitable when you have a very long distance relationship and you're not spending much time together. other than on Skype when we did that about 4 hours a day. But of course, it's not the same thing as being together with your Filipina, no matter how much you love her. And, I kind of always looked at the years in 3-month segments. The first 3 months, the second 3 months, try to build on that the next 3 months. Well, now we've got 3 years under our belts. I remember last year for our second anniversary, we went to Paris. The reason we went there was one day I asked her, not with the intention to take her, I just asked her a question. I said, "Hon, where would you go anywhere in the world if you could? Where would be your dream destination?" And it took her about 5 seconds to say Paris. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I was just trying to get to know her a little bit better. And one day it dawned on me a couple of weeks later, like, why don't I ask her if she really wants to go there? I've never been much of a traveler, but I know she would like to travel some. So I asked her, and being a Filipina, of course, she said, no, that's too expensive, costs too much money. And, being American, I said, well, if we can find a way, let's go. Because if you want to see it, I want to make your dreams come true. Who knows how many chances we have to go to Paris. So we did. That was to celebrate our second year together, which seems like last week, I'm telling you. And now we've got 3 years. I don't know that we have anything special planned, but in 6 weeks we are going back to the Philippines for 19 days. One of the stops, I hope, is at the DCG Inland Resort where we got married, so I can have a good cry over there. I'm a very emotional person, and that was a very emotional day, May 10th, 2015. Very easy day to remember. And I also have it on my license plate, my personalized license plate, May 10, 15. Not that I'll forget, but because I can't forget, don't want to forget that wonderful day. So without much ado, just my encouragement to you to subscribe to this channel if you want to learn some things about how to have a good relationship with your Filipina. Listen to me if you want to hear still some good, positive stories about loving, sweet, caring Filipinas, because my wife is one of those. She's a very hard-working woman. She's probably the strong one of us two. She looks like a lamb. She has the heart of a lion, so I'm looking forward to giving her these roses, looking forward to going to the Philippines, and looking forward to making more videos for you. I've got about 30 that I have not published yet because I don't want to just throw them all out there at once, but I've been working hard to get those together, and I've got about 60 more ideas that I'm writing notes for as I come up with new ideas. I don't know when, enough will be enough, but we'll just see, play it by ear. I want to encourage you, men, to not give up on love and consider a Filipina. If you've heard good things, they're true. You probably know someone that has said, yes, these Filipinas make good wives, and know somebody that is married to a Filipina. And, keep trying. Don't give up. My sister used to tell me before she died, I'm going to be married to a Filipina, because she knew how much I thought of them, and I would almost scold her and say, Tina, I can't even get a date here, how am I going to marry a Filipina? I don't even know where the Philippines is. I just know that women are beautiful, they have a great reputation, and it's far, far away. Wouldn't you know it, she died of cancer at about age 51, after had it for about 7 years. It went away and came back. So that's pretty young, but if she was here today, she would tell me, I told you so. You married a Filipina after all. So today is a big day, celebrating 3 years together with my love beyond the sea.